What's up, guys? It's your boy Blackrue back with another video. Before we get started, cue Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on our Blackrue Investing. Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing. Best believe it was Blackrue Investing.
My man Indigo. So what's up, guys? You can find me on the General Crypto. You can find me on Benzinga. In the description below, you can find the times, and you can also find it on my Twitter at Blackrue. Today, we're going to be talking about ArcBlock. This was another request from a user, or a viewer, excuse me. Again, and this is ArcBlock, not to be confused with ALBT, because I've done that before with this crypto. It's not ALBT, it's ABT. ArcBlock. Okay, so let's get into it.
What? Say what again? Say what again? So, I dare you. I double dare you.
ArcBlock. I'm looking here. The supply. The total supply is very small. 186 million. Very small. However, I went over here and I checked, and this is its total. This is where it's been. So it's been around since 2018, so it missed the whole 2016, 2017 bull run, but it kind of popped up here in 2018, only to fall down and pretty much fall down, right? But we had a whole freaking bull run here, and it barely moved. It went from, I guess it went from 7 cents to 24 cents. So I mean that's something. But you've seen how many coins I brought on here. Usually it's like drastic, the move. It's way more than just, what is that, 3x maybe? 7 times 3 is 21, so a little over a 3x. But that's okay. Let's see where it is now. There's not much information here, but this is kind of really all that it does here. It's ArcBlock is a platform for building and deploying decentralized blockchain applications. It builds itself as a complete blockchain 3.0 product platform to build, deploy, and manage apps easily. So stick around, guys. There is more, even though that is kind of really what it all does. But yeah. So one thing kind of bothered me. I tried to get its team here. The team thing doesn't work. It doesn't show any team. I went to leadership. They don't show any leadership. And I also went to, I went to partners, and not too many known partners. Capital Group, I'm not sure who they are. Strategic Partners, Hubei, OKX, Coinbean, not sure who they are. Halo Block, not sure who they are. Kcash, and that looks like a Bitcoin symbol, but I can't really tell. It's very small. Investors, only ones I kind of recognize is Consensus, and it seems like Consensus Capital and Technologies, they're in here twice, maybe, I don't know, or maybe those are just two different people because it's two different logos. If they were related, possibly they have the same logo. I can't even tell what this says. I think that's some writing in a different language there, maybe. And something partners. Yeah, so not sure about those partners, but they come here and they do say the whole kind of goal is faster dApps. Don't worry about that. We'll get back to that later. And good news is they're on Coinbase. So usually when something gets on Coinbase, I think Coinbase has some type of inside knowledge about it, because Jasmy is also on Coinbase. I think we've talked about Jasmy before, and they totally drained out their funds. Like, the price of Jasmy just went straight down after Coinbase. Like, it took a little while, but it got there. So I think Coinbase knows, or should know, that they have something going on in the background. Now, there were two different things that kind of a little bit saved this for me. Were two partnerships which, why they don't list them on their website, I have no idea. These partners are not listed. We just went over them. Don't see those partners anywhere here. And I didn't see them in the new stuff either. I kind of had to hunt it down. I don't see it. Maybe it's way back here. I didn't see them though. Okay, they're not there. There's a next, so maybe they're in the next part. We'll see. Okay, so yeah, don't see them. I guess we can keep going back, but the partners are Amazon Web Services, which is huge, and Algorand. So looking for the Amazon Web Services, couldn't find until I found this. So let's take a listen to this right quick. We'll put it on 1.5 times speed so it doesn't take as long. Let me just make sure. Excuse me, sorry. Oh God, let me make sure it's turned up so we can hear it. Okay.
Welcome to This Is My Architecture. I'm Don, and I'm joined by Robert with ArcBlock.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Robert. Tell us a little bit about ArcBlock.
So ArcBlock is building a new type of decentralized application platform for the Web3 era. So what we do is we provide a developer-friendly platform to help the developers to build the blockchain and the dApps much easier and faster.
Excellent. So why don't you tell us about the things you have on the left? You have an issuer, a wallet, and a verifier. Talk to us about the interactions.
Yeah, for the decentralized application, I think one of the key components is the decentralized identity. So the issuer, wallet, and the verifier here is a model of the decentralized identity model.
Okay. And so why don't you walk us through the architecture, starting with the issuer?
So what this does is, let's imagine issuer is a DMV. It's going to issue the user a digital driver license. So when the user...
Okay, let me pause for a second. So this actually goes into one real use case for them. Because my thing is like, okay, you're making the ability to make dApps faster and easier. Every blockchain has their own decentralized apps. They have their own version of decentralized apps, right? Which reminds me, check out the video I just did on DeSo. It's going to be a decentralized social media thing. And they have like a whole bunch of dApps that, like a dApp for like a Twitter, decentralized Twitter, dApp for a decentralized Instagram, dApp for a decentralized search engine, what's the one I talk about all the time? Pre-search. Like, they have dApps for a whole bunch of decentralized kind of social media type things, like, and even Spotify, a decentralized Spotify. So here I'm like, okay, why would anyone want to use you if like they're already going to make their own apps? But he just gave the example of a DMV. Maybe a DMV doesn't want to have a full-blown crypto, right? Maybe they want just a simple, easy dApp that be just easy for people to use, and they don't have to go get their own crypto or whatever. So this is marketing dApps to traditional people who really don't necessarily want to or understand crypto. So in that case, it's like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense, but let's keep going.
User apply for the driver license. The user have a decentralized identity present to the issuers, and then the issuers can create a digital verifiable credentials back to the users, and the user are going to store that in a digital wallet. And meanwhile, so there's some.
I mean, I guess I'm not gonna play this whole thing. You guys can go through and play it because now that I see it, and I'm playing at 1.5 times speed, I believe. No, it's normal speed. Okay, God. Okay, let's keep going. No. I'm not gonna play the rest of it. You guys can watch the rest of it if you want to. Just ArcBlock and Amazon. Okay, but it does show that these two have a relationship, and it does give me a little bit of hope because, okay, now it becomes more clear. You're doing DApps for people who might not necessarily want to have a crypto company or a crypto period. So now I was hearing that they were also teamed up with Algorand, and I could not find that. I looked, and a couple people were saying, oh, they're the first to adopt Algorand. And then one guy was like, no, they're not. Nobody gave them permission to use Algorand. It's a scam. Like, nobody did that. And then I looked, and I'm like, okay, so they're not on their partners. We just saw that. They're not on their partner list. And I did another search until I found in their white paper, it says an overview of transaction flow in Algorand. And basically, they say they use it as a consensus, Algorand. First blockchain startup to adopt Algorand in production. Okay, you're the first to adopt it in production. And then I'm like, okay, what does that truly mean? But then they say it like, they say it as if, okay, we use Algorand to pick where the smart contract blocklet, and blocklet is kind of how they do the easy DApps. They use this little blocklet thing, which is their custom proprietary thing. We will execute, and we don't really need to know exactly how the blocklet works. All we need to know is, as a black box, it's something that makes easy DApps. So we will execute from, as well as for, the high performance blockchain that powers our native tokens. So it says it as if their native blockchain is Algorand. Then they say we'll discuss more details on implementing Algorand and ArcBlock in the future when we reach release candidate milestone. So I got to thinking, okay, let me go on Algorand site and maybe they'll show them as a project. And I looked, I don't see it anywhere. Doesn't mean that it's not a project of theirs, but I would wonder why they wouldn't put it here. But they're not here. So the Algorand thing is a little iffy, only like we see that it's in their white paper, but it's not on their website. And Algorand doesn't seem to be acknowledging it. Excuse me. And in the Twitter post, I don't see any acknowledgement of Algorand saying something about it. Let me see here. Maybe Algorand retweeted it. Okay, I don't really see anyone from Algorand retweeting it. They like it. Doesn't seem like they liked it. So the Algorand thing, we don't really know. We really don't know. There's no acknowledgement. And this could be one of those things where they're saying they're using Algorand's consensus, kind of like how eCash said they were using Avalanche consensus, and they called their upgrade Avalanche, even though it had nothing to do with Avalanche, the blockchain. It was just the type of consensus that Avalanche used. So maybe this is saying, okay, we're using Algorand's consensus. I don't know, because it clearly kind of says here that as well as for the high performance blockchain that powers our native tokens, like they're using that blockchain to power their native tokens. However, it's not mentioned anywhere else. So I don't know. I really can't say with Algorand, but I can say with the Avalanche Web Services, it seems to be using them. Now, what that means to me is anywhere you want to deploy like an Avalanche, Amazon Web Services, and I also saw somewhere that they also said you can use it with your own database, or you could also use it with Azure, which is Microsoft's thing. Seems to me like, okay, if Avalanche, or, oh my God, all these A names, if Amazon wanted to say, kind of market this to like some of its customers, like they really needed a fast type decentralized thing to happen, then Amazon could say market like, okay, say, oh, well, use ArcBlock because this is going to be the way to get your fast DApp, and this is the best way for you to do it using our partner, ArcBlock. And I think that's okay. That's also why a Coinbase would be like, okay, we're interested in you because you got Amazon kind of behind you, okay? And so much behind you that they're willing to put you on a video and like kind of like give you some, give you some leverage, or kind of give you some popularity, kind of promote you, So I'm not so sold on this one as much as I am some of the other ones like ALBT, like Raditz, some of the other ones that we've seen on the channel here. Let's bring it up here. So not so sold on this one as much as a Raditz, as much as a ALBT, as much as a LCX, or any of the, like, just forget any of the CBDC cryptos. It's way under those. So it's way under LCX, it's way under Stellar, it's way under HBAR and all of those other ones. But the Avalanche, Avalanche, I keep saying Avalanche now. The Amazon Web Services, it does bode well for it, but it's behind all the rest of these guys. DSO even, I would say, would be ahead of it because it already has DApps that are functioning and have a purpose and are competing against people like that has a necessity. People want to have their stuff off of Twitter. People want to have their stuff off of Spotify. They want to be paid more than Spotify's paying them. They don't like the censorship of Twitter. They don't like the censorship of like Facebook, and they don't like the censorship of YouTube. And these are all the type of platforms that DSO is creating. So ABT, I think there are other ones that you can invest in that would be a better buy. But since Amazon Web Services are there, there's always, you can always kind of keep your eye on it, So that's kind of where I think about that. Like if there was a grade I could give it, it'd be like C+ or something like that, right? But hey, maybe there's some things that I missed. I just did a little bit of research on it. Maybe there's some ALBT or ABT people out there who know more about it, who are willing to come on the show. I love it if some people came on the show and if they knew more about it and could enlighten all our viewers here. I appreciate that. But let me know what you guys think. And thank you guys so much for watching. Check out my previous videos here. And remember, we're doing a 38 challenge. Look at this 38 challenges for you guys. So thank you guys who made it all the way to the end. Really appreciate it. Have a good one. Peace.